Ever wondered what party food was all the rage in the 1930s? Well, get ready to laugh and maybe cringe a little. From bacon roll-ups to molded mayonnaise salad, these quirky dishes were once a hit at every gathering. Let's dive into 15 memorable party food favorites we've left behind. But not without some funny stories along the way. Bacon roll-ups were a popular party snack in the 1930s, known for being simple to make and full of flavor. To prepare them, a mixture of creamy mushroom and onion soups was spread on soft bread, then rolled up and wrapped in bacon. The rolls were baked until the bacon became crispy, creating a tasty mix of textures. Canned soups were commonly used in kitchens during the 1930s, making these appetizers easy to prepare. The rich flavors from the mushroom and onion soups made the dish more flavorful, with little effort, making it ideal for hosts with limited time. Bacon roll-ups were also affordable, fitting well into the budget-conscious time of the Great Depression. Bacon roll-ups were a great party snack, but what about dessert? Let's explore green tomato pie next. But before that, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Green tomato pie was a special dessert in the 1930s, made with unripe green tomatoes that were available when other fruits weren't in season. The tomatoes were sliced thin and mixed with sugar, cinnamon, and cloves, giving the pie a flavor similar to tart apples. The pie crust was made with bacon drippings, which added a rich, savory taste that matched the sweet and spicy filling. This mix of flavors made it a unique treat at parties. Green tomato pie was a clever way to use up green tomatoes before the first frost, showing how people made the most of available ingredients during the Great Depression. Green tomato pie made the most of seasonal ingredients. But what unique creation did 1930s cooks surprise guests with next? Let's explore the next dish. The surprise loaf was an interesting and unusual party dish. It was made like a cake with 3 layers of bread and a filling that looked like coleslaw and relish. The outside was covered with a mixture of cream cheese and sharp cheddar cheese, making it look like a cake. This dish became popular at parties because it mixed savory and tangy flavors in a surprising way. The bread and filling layers made it visually attractive and impressive for guests. It was also practical, using ingredients that were easy to find during the Great Depression. This dish showed the creativity of cooks in the 1930s, who had to make the most of limited ingredients. Could these simple ingredients lead to another favorite party snack? Let's explore the next treat: potato puffballs. Potato puffballs were a popular party snack in the 1930s, loved for their simple ingredients and great taste. These bite-sized treats were made from mashed potatoes mixed with butter, salt, and sometimes cheese, then shaped into balls and coated in breadcrumbs. They were baked until crispy on the outside and soft on the inside. During the Great Depression, potatoes were a cheap and flexible food, making potato puffballs an easy and tasty choice. They became a favorite at holiday parties and gatherings, where their comforting flavor and texture were well liked. Recipes for potato puffballs appeared in cookbooks and magazines of that time, showing how popular they had become. How did salads become the highlight of 1930s parties? Let's explore molded mayonnaise salad. Molded mayonnaise salad was a popular and attractive dish at parties in the 1930s. It was made by mixing mayonnaise with gelatin to create a smooth, creamy base. Ingredients like vegetables, fruits, meats, and even marshmallows were added to the mixture, giving it a colorful and versatile appeal. The salad was poured into a mold and chilled until firm, creating a jiggly and decorative centerpiece. The use of gelatin became fashionable in the 1930s due to electric refrigerators, which made it easier to keep these dishes cold. Molded mayonnaise salad was practical as it could be prepared ahead of time and served cold, making it a favorite choice for hosts looking to impress with minimal effort. Molded mayonnaise salad was a unique dish, but what about cake? Let's explore ginger crumb cake next. Ginger crumb cake was a popular dessert loved for its warm, spicy flavor and crumbly texture. It was made with a mix of flour, sugar, and butter, which created a rich crumb topping that perfectly contrasted with the moist ginger-flavored cake beneath. Spices like cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg gave it a comforting aroma and taste. During the Great Depression, ingredients such as ginger and spices were used carefully, but they added a lot of flavor to simple recipes. Ginger crumb cake was a favorite at family gatherings and parties, where its delightful taste and texture made it a hit. It was also easy to make with common pantry ingredients and did not require anything expensive. How can bacon elevate simple stuffing into a party favorite? Let's explore bacon-wrapped stuffing balls next. Bacon-wrapped stuffing balls were a tasty and savory treat for parties. These appetizers were made by mixing stuffing with ingredients like onions, celery, butter, and sometimes cream cheese. The mixture was shaped into small balls, wrapped in strips of bacon, and held together with toothpicks. They were baked until the bacon was crispy, creating a nice contrast between the crunchy outside and the soft, flavorful stuffing inside. During the Great Depression, people made the best use of simple ingredients, and bacon-wrapped stuffing balls were a perfect example of this. They were popular at holiday gatherings and parties, with the bacon adding a special touch to the dish. What other quick and delicious party snacks were popular back then? Let's explore the tuna cheese spread. Tuna cheese spread was a popular food for parties, loved for its creamy texture and savory taste. It was made by mixing canned tuna with cream cheese, mayonnaise, and spices. Sometimes chopped celery, onions, or pickles were added for extra crunch and flavor. The spread was easy to serve on crackers or bread, making it a quick and tasty appetizer. During the Great Depression, canned tuna became a common pantry item because it was affordable and lasted a long time. The rich mix of cream cheese and mayonnaise made it a satisfying dish, perfect for impressing guests without spending too much. It was served at holiday parties and social gatherings, where its creamy, tangy taste was a hit. How did potatoes become a key ingredient in Depression-era meals? Let's explore potato pan rolls next. Potato pan rolls were a popular and practical food at parties during the 1930s. These rolls were made by mixing mashed potatoes into the dough, which made them soft and fluffy. The typical recipe included flour, sugar, yeast, salt, water, butter, and mashed potatoes. The dough was kneaded until smooth, then shaped into balls and left to rise in a baking pan before being baked until golden brown. During the Great Depression, potatoes were cheap and could be used in many ways. Adding mashed potatoes to bread dough was a smart way to stretch ingredients and make the rolls more filling. Potato pan rolls became a favorite at family gatherings and parties for their light texture and tasty flavor. How did the 1930s continue to influence party food? Let's explore molded strawberry salad next. Molded strawberry salad was a colorful and refreshing dish perfect for parties. It had 2 layers, a creamy pink bottom made with sour cream and gelatin, and a bright red top filled with strawberries and pineapple. The sweet fruit and tangy sour cream created a nice mix of flavors. In the 1930s, gelatin-based salads became popular with the invention of electric refrigerators, which made it easier to chill and set these dishes. Molded strawberry salad was not only eye-catching, but also convenient because it could be prepared ahead of time and served cold. This made it a go-to choice for hosts looking to impress with minimal preparation. Molded strawberry salad was a delightful dish. But what about comfort food? Let's explore the simple yet satisfying Southern fried cabbage next. Southern fried cabbage was a popular dish in the 1930s, appreciated for its simplicity and delicious taste. It was made by frying chopped cabbage with bacon, onions, and spices. The bacon gave it a smoky, savory flavor, while the onions added a sweet, caramelized taste. The cabbage was cooked until tender, making it a comforting and filling side dish. During the Great Depression, cabbage was a common ingredient because it was cheap and easy to prepare. Southern fried cabbage was a practical way to turn this simple vegetable into a tasty, satisfying meal. It became a favorite at family gatherings and social events, where its rich flavor and texture made it a hit. Southern fried cabbage is rich in flavor and history. Could a sweet, nutty treat be just as memorable? Let's explore orange nut bread. Orange nut bread was a popular and tasty treat in the 1930s. It blended the fresh, tangy taste of orange juice and zest with the crunchy texture of chopped walnuts and pecans. The bread was sweetened with sugar and sometimes included dates or raisins for extra sweetness and texture. During the Great Depression, bakers used simple and affordable ingredients, making oranges and nuts a great choice for adding flavor without spending too much. Orange nut bread was commonly served at tea parties and family gatherings, where its moist texture and refreshing taste made it a favorite. The recipe used basic pantry items like flour, sugar, and baking powder, along with fresh oranges and nuts. Orange nut bread was a treat enjoyed for its sweet, tangy flavor. But what about the smooth, rich spread that complemented it? Let's explore Pennsylvania Dutch apple butter next. Pennsylvania Dutch apple butter was a popular spread in the 1930s, known for its sweet, rich flavor and smooth texture. It was made by slowly cooking apples with cider and spices, such as cinnamon and cloves, until it became thick and caramelized. The long cooking time concentrated the natural sugars in the apples, giving it a deep, autumn-like taste that was perfect for spreading on bread or biscuits. Apple butter was a practical way to preserve the plentiful apples in Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania Dutch, known for being resourceful, made large batches to keep through the winter. This spread was a favorite at family gatherings, offering comfort and versatility. Could a humble dish like roasted cabbage and onions rival this? Let's explore its simple yet satisfying flavor next. Roasted cabbage and onions was a simple and tasty dish loved by many. It was made by chopping cabbage and onions and roasting them with a bit of oil, salt, and pepper. The roasting process brought out the natural sweetness of the vegetables, making the dish flavorful and hearty. During the Great Depression, cabbage and onions were cheap and easy to find, so this dish became a practical option for many families. Roasting was a popular way to cook because it required few ingredients and little effort, but still resulted in a rich, satisfying taste. This dish was a comforting side served at family dinners and gatherings, making it a favorite. Roasted cabbage and onions provided a simple, flavorful comfort food. What about a sweet, fruity treat next? Let's explore homemade chunky applesauce. Homemade chunky applesauce was a comforting and adaptable dish in the 1930s. This recipe was simple, involving cooking chopped apples with a bit of water, sugar, and cinnamon until the apples were soft but still in pieces. The applesauce could be served warm or cold, making it a versatile side dish for any meal. During the Great Depression, apples were an affordable and widely available fruit, so making applesauce was an easy and practical choice for many families. The chunky texture provided a satisfying bite, and the apple's natural sweetness meant only a small amount of sugar was needed, making it a healthier alternative to many other desserts. So which of these classic 1930s party foods would you bring back to your next gathering? From savory treats to sweet indulgences, it's clear that the past had some memorable bites. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more nostalgic food content. What should we bring back next?